one of us, just a slob like one of us, just a stranger on the bus, trying to make his way home. Hi, I'm Lisa. I am the ukulele fool, foolishly believing not only does the ukulele spread the ukulele love, but you know, it helps keep our brain more flexible. In this lesson, I'm going to talk about how to make your chord transitions really nice and smooth, and we will go over strumming options. I've got a singing tip, and there's a play along at the end. So let's do this together. You only need these 4 chords to do this song, but some of those transitions are a little tricky. Let's talk about them. E minor to C. You can do this traditionally and finger your E minor like this and your C like this, but you could just hop your C over like that. Nothing says there's anything wrong with playing it with your middle finger. It's an option. Also have to go from a G to a D, and I know that's a really hard chord transition for some folks. Something to think about is you do not have to finger your D like this. You can finger it with your index finger on your C string and then reach over the top with your middle finger, and then your ring finger picks it up there. It might feel a little awkward, but boy, then to go from a G to a D, this finger stays as an anchor. So I want to thank P.D. Mac for showing me that little trick. It works really well for some people. We also have to go from a D to an E minor, and that can be really tricky. A couple thoughts on that one. First, use a strap. If you're not having to hold your instrument here, then your hand is more free to make that big transition. You can also do some hacks with your strumming to make that easier, and I do it not because I need a hack, because I think it sounds cool too. You're fingering your D, and if you're doing a 2-beat strum or any strum with an up strum as the last strum, on that up strum, pick everything up and then shift. So you're going to be down, down, up, E minor, like that. Down, down, up, E minor. So you're throwing in an A minor 7 in there, and it just gives you a little bit more chance to move those fingers. You have lots of strumming options here for this song, but let's talk about the things that aren't optional. Most of the chords in this song only get 2 beats, but some of them get 4 beats. Let's talk about those 4-beat strums first. First, what I did is I color-coded them in blue in my chord chart and for the play along, just so you have a visual reminder, hey, this is a 4-beat chord. My choice on it would be to do an island strum. So here in the pre-chorus, you've got C and D to end it, and so yeah, 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 what if God? And then you go into the chorus. So I would do an island strum, but you could also do a basic rock strum. You could also double up what you're doing for your 2-beat strum so that you would have 4 beats, because 2 plus 2. Let's talk about the 2-beat strums and what I would do on them. And what I would do on them is the 2-beat strum. We have that in the verse, and the verse keeps the same chords repeating over and over again. Let's just do a little practice session, just doing a 2-beat strum, which is just a down, down, up, just like that. Let's do it nice and slowly, no pesky lyrics. 1, 2, here we go. E minor, C, G, and D. Do it again. E minor, C, G, and D, and E minor, and C, G, and D, and E minor, C, G, and D. And that's exactly as many times as you need to do it in the verses. If you listen carefully, particularly in the intro with one of us in the original recording, the chords don't change 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. They're a little syncopated. So I suggest doing a split island strum to get it a little bit closer to the original on some of those chords, particularly in the verses. To do a split island strum, you're going to have a pairing of E minor and C and G and D. So the E minor to C, I'll play that a few times for you just so you get how it goes. So you're going down, down, C, up, down, up, do it again. It's down, down, C, up, down, up, do it again. It's down, down, C, up, down, up, one more time. It's down, down, C, up, down, up. Then when we switch to the G and D, it sounds like this. I'll do it 4 times. 1, 2, here I go. Down, down, up, down, up, do it again. And down, down, up, down, up, 1, 2, do it again. Down, down, up, down, up, 1, 2, here we go. Down, down, up, down, up. I lost count. Let's do it again. Down, down, up, down, up. Don't know if we did that 4 or 5 times. I would do that through most of the verses and particularly the intro. But you know, I would use that strum for most of the verse except the very last line. This E minor and C here, I would do that as a 2-beat strum just because that's what I hear her doing in the original. The choice is yours. You don't have to. Either way works. In the pre-chorus, anytime a chord gets 2 beats, I'm going to use a 2-beat strum. And in the chorus, I'm going to keep it all that 2-beat strum because it has more of a rock flavor to it than the syncopated island strum. I really believe that changing up your strum is one of the easiest things you can do to make your ukulele sound more interesting. Let's do just the chords from the verse as a practice session. I'm going to color code the ones that I'm going to do the 2-beat strum on. Let's play together without those lyrics. 1, 2, here we go. E minor, C, G and D, and E minor, C, G and D, and E minor, C, G and D. Here we go. E minor, C, and G and D. And then we go into the island strum. Yeah, yeah. G and D and island strum. Down, down, up, down, down, up. Island strum, island strum. All these strumming tips that I've talked about are in my chord chart as well as the color coding, and you can get a chord chart by becoming a member of my Patreon community. There's a 7-day free trial. It's only $3 a month to start out with, and you get all the chord charts for all my YouTube tutorials. If you want group lessons, there's those options as well. $3 a month. Oh, 2 Zoom sessions a month as well, where you can ask me questions and we jam together. I think it's a great deal. I'd love to have you on Patreon. And thank you so very much to all my patrons. This just would not be possible without your financial support as well as your encouragement. Thank you. In my singing tips, I want to draw your attention that to the rhythm of the island strum, and doing it as a split island strum really fits the lyrics very well. So, if God had a name, what would it be? If God had a name, dun, dun, dun. And what would it be? What would it be? So use that as a little helper to fit in the lyrics. Let's play this together. You're going to find your starting vocal pitches in your E minor chord on the E and A string. If God. 1, 2, here we go. If God had a name, what would it be? And would you call it to his face? If you were faced with him in all his glory, nobody is good. Yeah, 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 yeah. What if God was one of us? Just a slob like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus, trying to make his way home. Like a holy rolling stone that come to heaven all alone, just trying to make his way home. Nobody calling on the phone, except for the puppy being roamed. So, how is that doing for you? Were you able to follow along? How's the split island strum? Please let me know in the comments. I like hearing about your ukulele journey. Talking to the camera is a little lonely, and I'd like to hear how you're doing, so let me know. Some people found this song very offensive and still do today. You know, it's like, as a person of faith, I always question my faith. So I'm not offended by this song. I find that questions are good, and questioning, you know, either makes me investigate further or helps me strengthen my beliefs. And sometimes questioning makes me questioning more, but I am a person of faith, and so I'm not offended. Let me know in the comments on that one too, if you're like, okay, YouTube should be suggesting something here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching all the way to the end, and thank you so very much to my patrons.